Honey Roll Sushi was founded by an immigrant who had sought out to bring his cultural background to a predominantly Hispanic city through his recipes and food. The business was started in late December of 2015, and essentially it is a sushi restaurant located near Azusa, California.
Honey Roll Sushi was founded by an immigrant who had sought out to bring his cultural background to a predominantly Hispanic city through his recipes and food. The business was started in late December of 2015. The owner has previous experience in being a sushi chef at some of the most famous places in LA. He decided to bring his knowledge and past experience and open up his own restaurant and also bring his culture as well.
Internal and external factors. Internal. Located in the middle of a large plaza, located in front of two impacted colleges, popular due to cultural demand. External factors. They include located just across the street from, like I said, Poke Bowl fast food restaurant that just had opened in May 2016. Located in the plaza is also a burger joint and a fast food Chinese restaurant. Honey Roll Sushi offers a diverse array of seafood, which our competitors lack, as well as sushi.
The internal and external factors. Some of the internal factors about Honey Roll Sushi is that it's located in the middle of a large plaza. It's also located in front of two impacted colleges, one of them being Azusa Pacific University and the other being Citrus College. And it's also popular due to cultural demand. Some external factors are it's located just across the street from a poke bowl place that just had opened in 2016 May. It's also located in the plaza, which has a burger joint and a fast food Chinese restaurant. And the last one is Honey Roll offers a diverse array of seafood, which our competitors lack, as well as sushi.
Alright, SWOT strength. So basically what we're going to be talking about now is SWOT, which stands for strength, weakness, opportunity, and threat. So first we'll talk about strength. So strength, we have Honey Roll Sushi has a great location and loyal customer base, offering delivery services, which is definitely a strength considering that they are marketing to college students who are always on a rush, knowing customers and competition. They base their prices basically off of what is competitive around them and other, I would imagine, sushi restaurants, and also what is in the college student's budget. Also, they use the internet platforms to market themselves, i.e. Yelp and Groupon. They have a diverse strategy for purchasing. They use homegrown as well as locally grown ingredients to maximize their budget. Okay, now we're going to talk about SWOT, which is the business acronym for strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats. So first and foremost, Honey Roll Sushi has a great location. That being because they are located really close to two commuter colleges, being Azusa Pacific University and Citrus College. Secondly, they have an added convenience factor, so that people who know about the restaurant, they don't necessarily have to come in. They can order it to go, and they actually have it delivered to them. Another advantage they have is knowing customers in competition. Basically, their prices are based on not only what is competitive in the market in the area, but also what college students can afford, and which is very important, being that college students are one of their main demographics. And then lastly, they have a diverse strategy for product purchasing. By that I mean, like for their ingredients, their fish, their rice, they use a lot of locally grown ingredients as well as homegrown ingredients. So it helps them budget-wise to keep that cost effective. Alright, so SWOT weakness. This is the W in SWOT. So basically one of the weaknesses is their relatively limited advertisement. So right now, as far as advertisement goes, they're basically only advertising in their immediate vicinity of where they are in their shopping center. And this is a problem because it's failing to attract new customers from further away, and they're definitely in an area where people from further away could get to them. Another negative is that they solely rely on online reviews. Negative reviews are always accessible during the web, so it makes it on the web. Sorry, so it makes it very difficult for Honey Roll and Sushi to kind of reamp itself and redefine itself as a restaurant when there's negative reviews circulating on the internet. Alright, to continue with SWOT, next we're going to talk about the W, which is the weakness. So one of the weaknesses about Honey Roll and Sushi is that they are relatively limited advertising. By that I mean they really only advertise in the immediate vicinity of where they are located, which is great for the college students, but not so great for expanding the business and bringing in new customers. Also, another negative aspect or weakness would be the idea that they rely very heavily on online reviews and web pages, which kind of isn't great because negative reviews are always accessible to the public, and it's very hard to shake off a negative review and build a new image for your company. SWOT opportunity, the O in SWOT. So they use to use their location more effectively. So basically, where they are, they're near very major streets in the area. They're near many freeways, because Azusa Pacific and Citrus would be considered as commuter schools. So if they just extend their advertising, they could potentially bring in many more customers. Listening to customers is also an opportunity. So using those negative reviews online to kind of better themselves as a company as a whole. And then also offering specials to college students to build customer loyalty, considering those are their main demographic, and just to show those college students that they're different from other sushi restaurants, and that they are essentially there for them, and that they're listening for them, and that they appreciate their business. Alright, now we've reached the O in SWOT, which stands for opportunity. One major opportunity that Honey Roll and Sushi could utilize more is branching out as well as their advertising. So, being that they are in such a prime location, being by the close to 57 and 210 freeways, they have potential to attract customers from further away than just the 2-3 block radius of the colleges that they're situated around. Also, they could improve in listening to the customers' reviews, being that they do rely so heavily on online reviews. They could improve in the way that they could monitor those reviews more, and then adjust their business accordingly. Also, what I think is most important is they should offer specials to their college students, being that is their prime demographic. They need to show that they appreciate those customers, and that they're valued, and that they are the staple in essentially their business. Alright. SWOT threats. Oversaturation in the market. So basically, especially being in Southern California, there are many sushi restaurants out there. So that's a problem, because what it is it's come down to having to stand out as a sushi restaurant, which is the second point. So limited market, and especially where they are in their shopping center, they need to stand out. It goes back to also limited advertisement. They're not doing enough to make themselves known or to make themselves seem appealing. Also, the negative reviews, again, would be a threat. People can always look up those, and people tend to focus more on negative reviews as opposed to positive reviews. Purchasing method. Also, they're limited. They're limited because of where they get their resources from. So basically, they're locally grown and homegrown, which kind of stifles their ability to branch out in the future and to grow as a business. Okay, now we're down to the final letter in SWOT, which is T, which stands for threat. A major threat that faces Honey Roll and Sushi is kind of oversaturation in the market. Sushi restaurants are fairly easy to find and fairly close to in close proximity to each other, which kind of leads to the second point, which is that they need to stand out not only in the market but also just generally where they're located. Their presence does not grab attention. So in a way that kind of ties back into utilizing advertising. They need to be able to stick out among the businesses that they're situated in. Also, again, the negative reviews would be another threat. People often pay more attention, if not always pay attention more to negative reviews than positive reviews. So to curb that, they really need to focus on absorbing what their customers are saying and then implementing improvements into their own business strategy. And then lastly, it'd be their purchasing method, which it's the idea of purchasing locally and homegrown is great, but doing that limits your capacity for expansion and for future growth within the company and other locations. So here we basically see the SWOT/TOWS matrix, and it kind of just goes over what we said earlier today. So their strengths are their great location and their added convenience via the delivery system. Weaknesses kind of revolve around that they rely solely on internet reviews, and it's hard to come back from negative reviews, and they're very limited advertisement. Opportunities involve that they should utilize their central location, basically to expand their promotion and their advertising to attract customers from further away, and offer specials for target markets to increase competitiveness. Again, to show many college students in their target demographic that they do care and that they are their business. And threats, again, are oversaturation in the market. There are many sushi places or sushi restaurants, and that they don't stick out as far as location-wise, that they don't go out of their way to be appealing to the eye and to draw in people that are around them. Alright, so right here we have the SWOT / TOWS matrix, TOWS being essentially the same as SWOT, but kind of from the opposite perspective, from an external perspective. Right, here we go. So it basically just breaks down what we talked about earlier. So the strength, great location, they know their customer base, their weaknesses, which is kind of, being solely relying on internet reviews and limited advertisement. Opportunities being that they should utilize their central location more effectively, and threats being oversaturation in the market and a lack of capacity to grow based on where they're purchasing their resources. Okay, marketing goals and objectives. To expand, the first goal is to expand into areas, more areas throughout Southern California that basically have that sushi market. Another one is to raise awareness of honey roll and sushi, which would kind of just be to kind of extend advertising again, a remodel, it may be in the future, and just kind of to make themselves known. To mend damage caused by formerly disgruntled customers and negative reviews. So again, because of Yelp, their negative reviews that they've gotten on occasion, to kind of mend those and to assuage the damage that those have done to their business, and to listen to the customers that are complaining, and to keep themselves competitive amongst growing sushi market. Okay, so for marketing goals and objectives, it's very similar to many other businesses where, of course, they hope to expand more in the future in areas where that market is present, which is the sushi market. Again, being in Southern California, sushi is kind of always in demand, so that's not a problem for them, really. They just have to make sure that financially they're able to. Also to raise awareness of their current location, which would be, again, to increase advertisement and promoting themselves on a larger scale, as opposed to just, it's their extreme domestic marketing that they're into now, which is basically in their general vicinity. To mend the damage by disgruntled customers and negative reviews, and lastly, to keep themselves competitive amongst growing sushi markets, which again is also consists of listening to their customer base, the college students, their budget, and kind of staying competitive yet within a budget of their demographic. Okay, so in order to develop their competitive advantage, they're going to, they're offering quality sushi at prices that compete with other sushi restaurants in the area, and I guess essentially other restaurants in the area, because they know that college students do have many options on where they can eat. Developing their promotion and advertisement to make use of their strategic position, and to absorb customer feedback, and implementing new policy standards, products, and ways to promote a positive dining experience. And then to develop competitive advantage, they need to increase their capacity to implement competitive pricing, of course. Being that the market is very active and it's very competitive at this point, they need to continue to grow in and offer specials and offer services that aren't typical for their their market base, which is sushi. Also, they need to develop their promotions again and their advertisements. Um, I can't stress enough of that position where they are, and the people who are in the vicinity, they don't necessarily live there. They commute there, and they need to spread out. And what they're going to do or rather, is to spread out their advertisement and their promotion so that they can attract a wide variety of people. And then lastly, they're going to absorb customer feedback more efficiently and implement policy standards, products, ways, and ways to promote a positive dining experience, which in the end is what any restaurant should be doing. Alright, so their primary target market, of course, they're college students, because like we said, they are very close to Azusa Pacific University and Citrus Community College because it's located in the area. Families just married in single-parent households because of the price range of food. I guess that'd be more along the lines of the idea that since college students can afford it, more than likely families can afford it, single-parent families can afford it. And then seafood enthusiasts, of course. How they set their prices. They compare their prices to all the neighboring competitors and local competition, college students' wallets. And they take in consideration that they are locked near a college campus, and their prices cannot be too high for them. So, like we said, like we've been saying, basically, college students kind of make up the staple of their demographic or their target market, along again with single parent families, and seafood enthusiasts. Distribution of goods. So the way that this restaurant distributes their goods are by production and sales. They also use a delivery service, like as we said earlier. This shows how they can do so. Honey Roll and Sushi makes the food. Consumers buy the food. Consumers eat and enjoy the food. This way of distributing good is not as expensive as others and is very effective. Promotion. So promotion, they use flyers on the campuses in the area, street signs, Yelp ads, and coupons on house to house. So like I said, basically it is a very centralized promotion area. They are promoting very much in the immediate vicinity of where they are, Azusa, Covina area, which they should probably branch out just to attract maybe more customers in the future. Consultation to owner. Okay. Owner fails to promote and expand. Owner also fails to agree with fundraising and gift cards. Failure to remodel interior from former restaurant owners. And similarities to several former owners' recipe ideas. So like I said, they're not standing out. That's their problem as a company. They're not going out of their way to attract people, and they're very much being complacent in where they are and not necessarily trying to move ahead.
Consultation to the owner. The owner fails to promote and expand. While he does promote through Groupon and other social media, he does not promote in store and have like special promotions. I mean, the restaurant does have like happy hour and lunch specials, but they don't promote like you get $5 off this, or like to hand out coupons to to people. And also another thing is the owner also fails to agree with fundraising and gift cards. He does not offer any gift cards, and when people ask him for help in fundraisers, he declines. Another thing is failure to remodel interior from former restaurant owners. He he needs to he needs to remodel the inside. It is a little outdated, and I don't know when the owner is going to decide when to remodel. And then the last one is similarities to several former owners' recipe and ideas. The last the last owner had the last sushi place that was there had some recipes that are very similar to ours and that are similar to other competitors, which is a downfall as well.